Then a stranger said, "Act like you're with me." The music was soft and sweet. Golden lights shimmered across the grand hall, glinting against polished glasses and silver cutlery. The air smelled of roses and champagne. Laughter rose and fell like waves. But she sat alone. Her chair felt colder than the rest, tucked near the edge of a crowded table where no one truly noticed her. She kept her hands folded tightly, her knuckles pale, her eyes fixed on the candles. Every flicker of the flame reminded her that she was out of place. The couples danced, twirling under the crystal chandeliers. Her throat tightened with every clink of glass, every cheer, every sudden burst of applause. Then a shadow fell across her table. A man stood there, tall, sharply dressed, his face calm but his eyes urgent. He leaned close, his voice low enough for only her to hear. "Act like you are with me." Her pulse surged. The warmth drained from her hands, replaced by a chill that crept up her arms. She stared at him, words trapped somewhere deep inside her chest. He smiled faintly, though his jaw was tense, as if holding back something heavy. "Now," he whispered, his hand brushing the back of her chair. Her stomach twisted. Around them, no one seemed to notice. The music swelled, violins pulling at the silence between her breaths. The scent of roses now felt overwhelming, almost suffocating. Her skin prickled as if every eye in the room had suddenly turned toward her, though no one had moved. She forced a nod. The man slid into the empty chair beside her. His sleeve brushed against hers, his cologne sharp and strange, carrying notes of smoke beneath the sweetness. He lifted his glass, smiling toward the crowd as though nothing at all was wrong. But beneath the table, his hand pressed against hers, firm, commanding, refusing release. Her chest tightened, her ears ringing with the clash of forks and laughter that suddenly felt too loud, too distant. Her heart hammered with the weight of questions. Who was he? Why her? And why did his hand tremble, as if he too was afraid? The hand beneath the table grew colder, as though his skin carried winter within it. Her breath came sharp and uneven, rattling in her throat. The man leaned closer, his lips almost brushing her ear. "Do not look behind you," he said. Her spine stiffened. Every muscle in her body screamed to turn, to see, to know. But the weight in his voice chained her still. The hall blurred for a moment, colors smearing together, the chandeliers glowing too bright. The laughter of the dancers cracked like thunder in her skull. "Smile," he whispered again, and his fingers tightened around hers. She forced her lips upward. The movement unnatural, heavy as stone. Her glass trembled when she lifted it, the champagne fizzing too loud in her ears. She sensed something moving behind her, a shadow crawling across the polished floor, stretching long, jagged, shifting with the lights. Her throat closed, the man's jaw clenched harder, his own smile pulling thin and sharp. "Stay still," he breathed. Her skin crawled with the sensation of being watched, of eyes piercing through her back. The music, once tender, now throbbed like a warning. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. The man's grip finally eased, and he set his glass down with deliberate calm. "Now," he said softly, "you can turn." Her body resisted, every nerve sparking with dread, but the command in his tone left no space for refusal. Slowly, she turned her head. The chair behind her was empty. No shadow, no figure. Only an abandoned place setting, its plate untouched, its glass of wine still full, as though waiting for a guest who never arrived. Her breath stilled. The stranger's face was pale now, his eyes fixed on the empty chair with something close to horror. "You saw it too," he whispered. Her skin prickled, the hairs rising along her arms. "Saw what?" The hall roared again with music and laughter, as though nothing had shifted, as though nothing had ever been wrong. But she knew it. And so did he. The wedding carried on, dazzling and bright, but at her table the air felt colder than any winter night. Two strangers sat side by side, hands trembling, bound by the silence of what they could never explain. And the empty chair remained, waiting, always waiting.